let's get this casual Friday going. I think I want to change the lights. Start with that. How's everybody doing, by the way? Let's get this chat up. Oh. There we go. Let's change these lights up, huh? Ooh. Problem is, you can see my shamefully messy desk and everything like that. Or not desk, this thing. Let's make it look a bit nicer, yeah? There we go. It's better than nothing, huh? Happy Friday indeed. How's it going, Mike? Oh. Gotta move this light. There. It's not glaring in my face now. Not sure if that's actually gonna add anything, but whatever, is what it is. Ugh, a little scattered today. Doing well, gotta be in lurk mode again for the next 50 minutes. Another meeting, but you'll be around. Cool, man. No problem with me. Hopefully your meetings are fruitful and not too tedious or whatever. I'm prejudiced against meetings. Hopefully they're good for you, though. So not all meetings are bad, right? Good meetings are good. Bad meetings are bad. Anyway, I'm not even talking about anything important right now. Today is just poking around again with my import stuff for SVG. Because it's getting better. Like I have, let's see here. I'd like to double check that I've sorted things out properly here. Let's have to do, where was I? Oh yeah, I think, let's restart this session just to make sure I'm on the right page here. This hat makes me blend into the background a little bit. But it's like a nice rainy day out there, so I like feeling cozy, you know? Gotta get that cozy going. Cozy going. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so here I am. Let's load this. I want to see, because I've had to fiddle some namespaces around, so I'm getting these issues here. It's not that the function doesn't exist, it's that it doesn't exist in that namespace anymore. Let's clean up these panels a little bit too. Okay, so TF split path. Let's have a look here. This should be path, split path. Okay, I think that should hopefully sort things out. Oops. That's not what I meant. Let's restart this session so that it reloads the code. I hope I... Okay, good. Okay, good. We're not failing. That's what I need to see. Now I want to do... Yes. Okay. We are cooking. So this is the successful application of loading shapes and such. What am I even saying? Things are working and I'm happy about it. Let's do... There's no reason this should take this long. Inkscape may have crashed. Oh well, so it goes. Yeah. Let's force close this. Let's open it again. Give it a second. Okay. I would like to do two things here. I want to close this. I think I clicked the join selected end nodes with a new segment. There we go. So that should now be a closed path, which is what I wanted. Okay. I also want to do one more thing, and that is make two ovals, or ellipses to be precise. Save it. Now let's have a look here. Let's load that again. I wonder if this will work. The ellipse thing might not. Okay, so it actually did, which I am very happy about. All right, now we're cooking. So that's really great. I'm super happy with that. Trying to think of what would be fun to do next with this stuff, right? What would be cool? Let me just double check something here. Well, it might be fun to make an extrude along path thing. Oh, I should that's fun. That feels good to basically close off all of those. There's only the make a video yet, which should do. Okay, so this is done. Okay, let's see here. Sorry, I will be keeping an eye on my phone a little bit. Gotta handle a few things here, actually. Sorry about that. That's just the way it's gonna go today, you know? Super cash. Gotta book my bouldering, like my climbing sessions at the gym, so I'm just trying to do that now before I forget. All right. All right. Let's think about something like extrude along. How about that? Actually, before I go ahead and do that, let me just have a quick peek through the to-dos here. Multi-user app, yeah. Fix path to elements. Actually, I did this one. So offset probably doesn't work properly yet, eh? Technically. Scale also needs to be fixed up. That's significantly not working. Yeah, that's fine. Edit relevant details, yeah. Edit design doc, add numerical cast attributes test. That does make sense to add. For XML namespaces. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna focus on Forge a little bit here. So rewriting docs and stuff like that I'm doing off stream. It's a little more, it's a little less exciting, right? So it might be cool to, well, what would it be cool to do? Let's see if I can come up with a way to do some sort of extrude along path function, because I think that doesn't exist yet. All right. Okay, so the first idea that comes to mind for some kind of extrude along path is actually exactly the thing that well, let me do this. Oh, I know another thing that might be really cool to do. Right, it might be really cool to CAD query exports prototype CAD query so exports like a Python script, but also prototype CAD query interop. But actually, do I want CAD query? I think this is archived. Is it CAD query 2? No, I want to search all of GitHub, please. I don't, that frustrates me. Yeah, this is what I'm thinking about. See, this is cool. Let's see if I can get this going. All right. Use the script, then launch directly. Okay, that's good. Don't want to install with Conda. I like that there's a binary or a package. That's nice, actually. CQ editor, Mac OS. Let's close that. Let's do new tab here. Let's see. Let's follow this here. So let's go CD downloads. chmod plus x cq editor dot sha, run it. Let's see, I've never done this before. So I used to use CAD query when it was a free CAD plugin basically, and used all the free CAD stuff. Now it's its own thing. I want to be able to interface with it, or at least have it as an export target, because it's a really good, it's got really good people working on it, and it's really awesome. I like it a lot. So that would be awesome. Let's see. There's another thing for Python stuff with Clojure. Pythonic Clojure. I don't remember if this was it. I'm not sure that this is what I'm looking for. I think it's just a blog post. Also not sure what's going on here. I'll give it a minute. An implementation of Clojure in pure Python. Okay, something's happening, so that's good. What's it called? There was a library, libpython. I think this might be it. Ooh, wow. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Ah, that's not what I meant. I would like the console to be back here, please. Help? Help not defined. Yes, of course. Well, well, that's weird looking. It's like a discontinuity there. It doesn't matter. I'm being really current traceback. Let's pare this down just a little bit. Log viewer, let's close that. The console I kind of do want back, but nevertheless, let's be okay with it. It can only get smaller? Uh-oh. Oh, I see. It's just... Okay. Let's play this. Hey, it does... Okay. Alright, we've got a render. We've got things working. Kinda. Let me... That's cool. There's a debugger in there. Fit. Oh, wow. Okay. Neat. Okay, I like this. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so if I were to do something like this... result 1 and result 2, but this one, let's do a box that's 2 by 2 by 1.5 and fill it of 0.5. If I run this, okay, so it's displaying them both, and I can, oh my goodness, that's really cool. And then if I do result 3, that's gonna be ooh, I don't know. Union? I have no idea if this is right. Probably that's wrong. Actually, it's probably like this. It's probably result 1. And I don't want to do union, I want to do difference. Like this? Maybe this is right. I'm hopping around just thinking a bit here. I'm just thinking about how I might, well, so first of all, what I actually want to do is figure out this for a second. Oh, dot cut, that's probably what I want. Let's try cut, because that might be what I'm after here. All right. Hey, that actually worked. Okay, so here, oops. Oh, that's cool, kind of. I don't know that I want that view like that though. There we go. This is what I want. This is what I want. All right, this is a happy view. All right, so here. Yes, okay, that's really cool. The object inspector. Oh, that's this. I see. Oh, there's even a color picker. Dang, this is nice. Okay. Sweet. Oh, this is the object inspector. So here's what's going through my head. I have inside this Forge namespace the ability to, hey C Films, how's it going? I have this ability to import SVGs and create open SCAD models from those SVGs and continue from there. I'm just thinking through how I might be able to do that as well for CAD query objects, because then you can export things to nice formats and stuff like that. So, excuse me. You can export. Ooh, that's nice too. Okay, so this is all nice. This is all fine and good for the viewer, right? But I'm kind of thinking Ooh, plugins. Let's see what plugins there are. Ooh, this is cool. I like that. Neat. NumPy. Ooh, that's nice too. Man, this is really cool. Basically just thinking about the best way to build integrations and stuff like that. The quick way to do CAD queries with the editor, that's fine. Otherwise, you can do as a standalone library. Easiest way to install CAD query and its dependencies is to use Conda, which is included. Yeah. It's a little bit annoying, but okay. How am I doing? I'm doing well. Doing well. Having a nice casual Friday. So it's raining outside right now. And I like that. I'm in a good mood because of it. Just checking. I might have to help someone out with some stuff. I might have to call the stream a little early, unfortunately, but let me just make sure things are okay here. All right. Sorry about that. It just need to help people out, and I'm feeling a little distracted by it all. That's just the way it is, though, you know. Keyboard interrupt. Yes. Okay, there we go. Oops, I think I closed something by accident. That's okay. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So this stream is gonna be maximum 2 hours. I've got stuff to do. It is what it is. But in the meantime, I'm nice and relaxed, you know, having a good time. Trying to figure out how I want to do interop between things. A nice concise. That's me explaining things very well. All right, let me see. Generate Python code from Clojure. I don't know if there's like a. I don't want to use Python from Clojure. In this instance, what I want to do is emit Clojure code from Python. I don't want to translate. I want to. Let's do transpile. Something like that, maybe. You're working on you have a new task for your website, which is making more of the website content populate from the database. Nice. You're working on that right now? Sounds like a fun task. Let's see if there's any advice on transpilers from here. Do I know the Python programming language? Yep. I haven't used it in a bit, but I used to use Python quite a bit. It's been a while now, though. But I don't need to, I don't want to write Python manually. I want to write a Clojure transpiler that will create the script that I need. I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's where I'm starting to head with it, you know? Oh yeah, see? Yeah. Mike might be able, if you have a specific question, Mike could point you in the right direction anyway. I don't exactly know if I'm looking in the right spots for things here. So let's go back to libpython CLJ. Seems promising. I mean, maybe this... I mean, let's just follow this and see what happens. I don't know if I mentioned it on the stream specifically yet, but I did actually fix up, and I have the import working, so things are properly loading as the correct shapes and everything. Open shapes are open lines. Every closed shape has their holes, like the hole inside it is proper and all that good stuff. It's a wonderful time to be alive. I'm really happy with the result of the debugging work I was doing on that, which is a tangent, but I'm happy with it. So let's try this. Python 3 m pip install Java bridge. Oh no! That's not good. Failed. Task failed successfully? What happened? Let's do pip3 install upgrade pip. Let's do that anyway. Let's try again. Says it installed already, but okay. Let's try this then anyway. Let's try launch a Python. Let's do rl wrap python 3. We're in a Python REPL. Let's see if we can import CLJ bridge. I don't think we can. Huh, okay. Oh, no, okay. No module CLJ bridge. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this isn't what I need either. I do. So here's the thing. I kind of feel like I'm not really thinking about this the right way. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I kind of like the simplicity of just emitting text strings, saving those to a file, then having the file be watched by the program, which is exactly how I'm doing open SCAD stuff at the moment. I want to have more thorough integrations with a proper like emitter and compiler later on, but as a starting point, maybe it's not so bad. Let's see here. Maybe at the very least, right, we can libpython clj code gen. Okay, this seems promising. Generate a namespace on disk for a Python module or for instances. Okay, so generate a Clojure namespace file from a Python. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. It's going the other way. Let's try embedded here. I don't want that either. The other thing is the more of this complicated machinery I include in a project, the harder it is to make a reliable build process, right? I don't know that this is a good idea either, right? That's the thing. That's the thing. There's another thing. I'm wondering if I could kind of... So here's another idea. I just make a little loader in Python that loads... Let's just get out of here. I make a little loader using the high Python tool, loads all of the stuff I need, and emits from Python. It emits normal Python code. When all I do on the Clojure side is actually just save a Clojure script directly. I don't know if that's a good idea either. I kind of think not. All right, well, let me get out of here. Let's see. My head's all over the place today. Sorry, that's just the way it's gonna be. You know. Why do you need Python code? Well, I don't, strictly speaking, need it, but I've got this idea here. So you cannot make something in Clojure? No, it's not about making or not making something in Clojure. It's about interoperability with this program. Give me 1 second to find the program, of course. So there's this CAD. My library, I want to make 3D models. I want to make my library able to interface with a few different 3D CAD tools. OpenSCAD's one of them. I'm thinking I want to do interop with this CAD query program, and CAD query uses Python for scripting. So that's what I'm thinking about right now, seeing if I can emit Python code from my Clojure program to interface with this. It's not that I can't do it in Clojure, it's that I want to connect the two. So here's the program, and this here in the left here is Python, and it generates a 3D model here. So what I kind of want to do is use my Clojure library, save it out, and have it create this script automatically, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm thinking of. That's all. mean, the other way of thinking about this is I could just... No, I don't know that I like that. Right, I could just treat CAD query as if I say I'm going to allow libpython CLJ to be one of the main components of my library, then I can treat CAD query as a library inside my Clojure library and then connect them that way. I would rather do that as a separate project, not directly inside Forge. So that's a no-go. That's my decision. That's a no-go. What I'm looking for is just to double check if there's if there's a simple way to emit Python scripts as strings from my library as a sort of minimum useful thing that you can still use in Clojure script. You can always emit useful scripts from there. So that's my decision. Let me write that down basically. CAD query interop may be very powerful and useful. However, it's out of scope for Forge. What I want to do instead is create a new project that pulls Forge in for the data model, uses libpython CLJ to pull in CQ as a library, well, boy, I'm not focused today. Sorry about that, everyone. That's Friday for you. Right, so libpython CLJ, I want it to be helpful as like as its own little app separate from Forge directly. That makes sense to me. Prototype CAD query interop as separate project. As a separate project. Yes, that makes sense. And works from there. To do things like convert CLJ Forge scripts to step or STO files. Maybe even create a WebView exporter. Doesn't matter exactly. Do this the same way .scad is done. Basically make an editor that takes the CLJ data structure and emits valid.py file that uses import CAD query as CQ. Right, that's basically what I need. Okay. Right, so that's what I'll do instead. That makes sense to me. For reasonable usability, I think that's fine. But now I do still want to find a way to... Let's close that as an option. Let's close that. I don't need that either. Keep that open. CAD query 2, getting started. That's all great. Okay. I wonder if this... No? Oh. Okay. Did I do something wrong? Oh, maybe the formatting's wrong here. Oops. I forget that this sort of thing matters in some languages, you know? Hey, it worked. Okay. I wonder what the best approach is, honestly. Excuse me. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Just a bit tired today. Just trying to think about how to best approach these sorts of things that I want to do with the Forge library, that's all. And I kind of feel like I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. Maybe. Hello? Please, someone? There we go. So let me maybe switch up what I'm doing a little bit here. If I go importers and have a look at image, let's do this one here. Let's make some weird thing. Wait a second, what did I even... Okay, so we got path to points. Where did the logic of this go? I think model to polyline is probably what I'm trying to get at here. Right? Let's see. Okay, so there's something in, if I go compile SCAD polyline, Oop. Okay, it's this here. Ooh, what's line cube again? I don't remember that. Okay, so we got SCAD polyline. This is the thing I'm thinking about, where basically, oh, I think I could do, oh wait, why are these all made private? Sorry, let me write expert line, polyline. extrude. Well, let's do, we can take some of this logic here and we can apply, we can do model. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. There will be some things to fix up. That is for sure. Okay, so extrude along curve turns into some set of things. Yeah, helpful, right? Oh, right. So this is actually going to be extrude along. Yeah. Extrude along line should be fine. I want to do element, and then the line itself. Do I want to do kind of like that? Is that what I want? Lurker mode disengaged. What did I miss so far? Well, not too much. I've been spinning my wheels a bit today. I have to help my sister with something, so I actually, the longest this stream will be is 2 hours. I might cut out even a bit earlier, so I was talking about that a little bit. I was figuring out, I was thinking through how I want to do some interop stuff with my 3D library. Oh, tangentially, did I mention that I got all of this stuff working now? So all of these various SVG shapes properly get imported. So I get an actual correct output from it all, which is very exciting, I gotta say. I'm very happy with it. See, I can import that sketch, and then I can do, I can show it, give it a second to calculate the result, and it has the ellipses, circles, rectangles and squares, and open shapes rendered in there that way. Closed shapes are properly handled there, and we've got this going on here as well. So pretty great, I gotta say. I'm happy with it. Although now that I am looking at it, I have to check one thing, because this might be an incomplete. There might be something I missed. See, with path data, paths are tricky because you can do a bunch of weird stuff with them. I think, okay, so it's not quite, there's one thing wrong still, and I don't know if you can tell. This shape here ends up being missed because of this open shape. So I have to now consider that. I think that's a pretty easy fix though, but let me go here. That's actually inside SVG CLJ. But I just thought of, I did not test that earlier. I thought of that case right now. It should be a rare one, but it is one that I have to consider. To do fix problem where, didn't mean to make more work for me. No, you didn't. I mean, I have to handle that case, so it's either nothing. I'm not doing it now either. I'm writing a note in my to-do list, which is much better than doing everything all in one go. Same problem, yeah. So fix problem where a path with multiple subpaths, with multiple subpaths, some being open, some being closed, doesn't properly build all of them. Doesn't properly keep all of them. So the other thing I have to fix is, well, now I have to, let me just test this. SVG path elements are a bit tricky, but beyond this, what I was thinking about was how I want to do interop between my Forge library and some other 3D CAD tools. OpenSCAD, the way I'm doing it now, is from Matthew Farrell, I think is his name, his work on SCAD CLJ, which just is a text script emitter. It takes a Clojure data structure and compiles it into OpenSCAD text, which then can be read by the OpenSCAD program. I was thinking about trying to build a more thorough, or I was thinking about how I would interface in a similar way with this program, CAD Query, which uses a Python scripting approach to produce models like this, where you've got like it's parametric and everything. It's another great app. It works really nicely, but I want to interface with it, and so I was looking at things like libpython CLJ, which is something I want to handle, but what I want to do is do that. I want to do this. So, let me back up a second. libpython CLJ lets you connect Python into your Clojure application or embed Clojure in a Python application. What I would use it for is importing CAD Query as if it were a Clojure library and then building an app from there. So I want to do that, but I want to have it as a separate project. I don't want to use this heavy machinery in the Forge library itself. So that was a decision I made. It was a little less writing code and a little more thinking about the architecture. So that, you also missed that. But now that I'm done explaining that, I have to think about this problem again, which is totally fine. That's just part of the deal, you know? Like, you make a thing, you gotta fix it. So here's another failure mode. That was an open shape inside a closed shape, and it just merged them together. So to do fix issue where inner subpath is open but is treated as closed. Make it work, then make it better. Exactly. So for the most common types of cases, it works just fine, which is why probably the state it's in now will work reasonably well for a lot of people, but it isn't good enough yet, obviously. If I were to do this, I ungroup those and they're their own things. They're each independent shapes. Now if I do this again, it should look as I want it to. It should work, and they should be two independent things, which is exactly right. Now if I go here, if I do this again, connect this back with this, and then edit this one and take this one away like I had before. Delete those, yeah. Save this. Project's never finished, just abandoned. Yeah, more or less. Although I slightly disagree with that, but I understand I conceptually understand what you're getting at. And it's fair enough. So here, this is the correct appearance. The only problem is it doesn't behave as I expect when these are merged. So if I do Command K, oops, I accidentally merged this in there too. Now let's actually see what that looks like. I think it won't work as I intend. Wait a second. Let me double check this here. I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay. So things are... yeah, okay. Not behaving the way I wanted them to. Right, okay. I just forgot to save it the other time. That is what happened. Right, so basically, I want this to work better. Wow. I basically just need to treat it as if it has exploded the path or uncombined it, whatever the right term is for that, so that it behaves like this, even if they are grouped together. That's what needs to happen. Okay. That's one to do, not two. Fix path issue where must treat every path as what's the word here? Path broken apart. People just decide to release a version of a project that's either done by a specific date or including specific features. Is a project ever perfect? Probably not, but the word perfect is like an ill-defined term anyway, right? Like perfect is only ever true against some kind of metric. So Well, I guess that's one view of the word perfect. So if that's your view of the word perfect, like, so for example, you can get 100, like in school, you could get a perfect score on a test, right? Where perfect is clear given 100 questions. If you get all 100 right, then you've scored perfectly. So perfect relative to a metric. So if a project has a metric that's defined up front, then arguably, once you hit that metric, you can have a project that is perfect, right? But perfect is a relative term anyway. So is a project ever perfect? It's only as perfect as the metric you set for it, I suppose. But anyway, that's all semantic gibberish. Your point stands. I totally understand what you're getting at, right? Better to just complete something to a reasonable standard and kind of call a project done and move on. Maybe provide bug fixes if you need to. That's kind of how I'm approaching things. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Right, let's get this back into kind of a cooler state. Let's do Command-Shift-K. Let's group this, or close that. Take this, and now Command-K, and there it's a hole. That's exactly what I want it to look like. In fact, let me do this. Does this work the way I think it does? Ooh, no it doesn't. Okay, let's ignore that. Although, what I'm wondering about now I think this might not work. I'll have to see. Why didn't that work though? To do fix path importing issue where wait a minute, now I have to check something. Right, so I think it's not only when they're cut like that, I think it's also, let me delete this, let's do Command-Shift-K. Like if I just move them like this, but I merge them together, like that. check. I think. I don't know that these are circles anymore. Right, they're arcs, so that's probably why they've failed. Yeah. So those will work just fine if they stay as circles like this. Kind of annoying that they get turned into arcs there. Okay, so yes it is, but I understand exactly why the Inkscape implementation does that. And the reason is because I actually, on my side in my library, I'm not using Inkscape at all. I'm arriving at these things independently. I actually have exactly the same sort of approach. The reason is these are circle elements. There is an SVG tag that is literally circle. There is not an SVG tag to handle this kind of situation. So I have two circles here. I want to cut one with the other like this. Now there's a hole, right? They're two circles, but there's a hole. The only way to represent that with the SVG elements available is via the path element. So when I combine them like that, it converts each circle element into a path element and then merges those path elements into a single path element with the commands inside it. Now that's all fine and good. The only problem is the path commands available do not have a circle command. They have arc commands. So what happens is any circle in a circle SVG element, if it gets converted into a path, is converted into at least one, probably two arc commands inside of there. So let me show that in the string of SVG. Let me save this and load it into the REPL as just these two things. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Let me go here. Let's do, actually I'm just gonna open it. Forge sketch.svg. Yeah, let's read it, not render it, please. There we go. Okay, so the entire document now is a one group tag, and inside there's a path element. So we can safely ignore the group tag. It doesn't mean anything. Inkscape is using it to kind of facilitate storing layer metadata. It's layers don't exist in SVG, only groups, but you can use groups and arbitrary tags to really convert them into any kind of data storage you want. I use groups in a similar way sometimes to provide some sort of meaning beyond what is normally provided. You could even do, like, you can give IDs, right? And you can have an ID setting where you have CSS that lets you select layers and stuff like that. So anyway, you can use groups to kind of make any sort of structure you want. The point I'm trying to make here is, like I said, the circles are represented with these A commands here. So what is all of that? It looks like, if I had to guess, Inkscape internally turns any, yeah, so here, this is one of the circles. It's split into 4 different arc segments, and if you look, all of them are programmed. Let's see here. Oh, what's the I don't remember the arc command syntax, but the point is, SVG arcs. The point is you have to represent circles as arcs. There's no other way to do it because there's no functionality for it. A elliptical arc. Here's the A has RX, RY, X-axis, turning, heavy arc flag, clean flag, and X and Y. I'm not sure that this is the same as what I'm thinking it is. Point is, arcs are weird, and it's annoying, but that's the only option you've got. Yeah. So my code does the same thing, actually. I've been thinking about it off and on. There might be a way to kind of, like, I could make, a function that checks specifically for this exact structure and assumes it's a circle and then coerces it back out into a normal circle after. That might be worth doing. In fact, let me do that. To do change path circle to emit 4 arcs instead of 2, and then to do change path to element to include a check for the M A Z pattern and coerce back to circle or ellipse. Okay, so that's actually going to be a hard one, but that's going to be fun. I'm actually looking forward to figuring that one out. So it looks like the general structure is at least something like this. You've got your M position as probably the center point, is that right? Let's see, let's double check that. Where is 1712 in this? Let me draw, and then let's move, oops, I want to move this. Okay, it's the rightmost side of the inner. That makes sense, of course. Why would it be the center? That doesn't actually make sense. But we've got the Z command, which closes it, and you can see this final arc ends at that same starting point here. So we've got this 1712, which is right here. And then this must be the radius. Yeah, this is the radius in Y, the radius in X. So I can use that. Actually, I should be able to build this. That shouldn't be too difficult. He said before trying. All right. Anyway, that actually has been, so that's tangential to what I was attempting to do, but I'm pretty happy with poking around doing all these changes. Is actually a good thing to discover weaknesses in your implementations, right? Going in with the thought that it'll be easy makes it easier, generally speaking, I guess is a fair thing to say. I actually do agree with your point there, right? Thinking you can do something and that it won't be too bad gets you over the fear of starting to do it, right? Like, I actually have been avoiding arcs for a while because it's a pain, or I thought it would be a pain, but this will be a really good push into getting the arc implementation sorted and done. And specifically related to coercing between ellipses and back and all that stuff, that's going to be really helpful. I'm excited about that now. That is really good. I'm also because I have to go soon, I'm gonna undo. I'm just not gonna finish this implementation here because I have to think about doing that in a slightly different way anyway. Let me see, what do I all... There's a lot of FREP stuff to do here too. I want to re-implement Delaunay triangulation. I have a lot of things to do. And that's okay. I kind of like it. It's nice because I can just keep adding to the list here, and each to-do item is like, now that I'm a better dev and now that I understand a little more clearly what I want to be doing, each to-do is just a nice chunk of work to do, and I feel really accomplished every time I get one done. It's really nice. Re-implement Delaunay and other triangulation algs. This will be fun. These will be a bunch of videos, I think. Whatever number of triangulation implementations I build, and or use other libraries for. I don't necessarily need to build everything myself, but I want the number of external dependencies to be well controlled, I guess. But I actually, over the weekend here, I need to make sure that I do this. Document, 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 document. Write it all down. Oh, did I write this in the wrong... No, we're good. Rewrite the design doc. That's got to be priority number 1 this weekend. Treat this as a Babashka script, probably in its own separate project, although maybe it's worth shipping with the lib. Not sure yet. Okay, this is actually a really big priority too. Create a model project example, a trust design tool. That's definitely important. Treat this as as its own project. Pretend you're doing it for a client. Use it as a showcase app for future clients. Basically, this trust design thing, I have to take it very seriously, and I know that well, you know what, let's start with I don't know what to call it. I want to give it a cool name. But then I'm going to forget Trust CLJ. Can make a new name later. Yeah. I know it's a bit lame, but hey, that's the way my brain is today. A little bit lame. All right, here we go. the CAD program, CAD showcase program that provides a complete truss design program with CLI interface, scripting, and well, let's just calm down a little bit there. Complete truss design program with CLI and web interfaces and step. It also provides step export. It also provides 3D model exports, step. STL seems kind of silly. STL. No, let's do step and WebGL view and 2D exports. Yeah, and 2D exports. Offline web interface. That doesn't make sense. SVG, DXF. No, let's just start with SVG. 2D exports, SVG, and a design doc PDF view. Sure. Okay. That's good enough for now. Although, actually, let me do this. Let's comment out aliases. Like that. Clojure, 10.3 is fine. Let's get rid of all of this stuff. I don't think I'll need it. Well, I might need some stuff later, but let's begin. Let's copy. Let's look at Forge here. Let's look at its dependencies here. Local root is what I'm trying to copy here. So if I do that, okay. And then now here I can do forge/forge local/root users Adam dev forge. So this is the dog fooding, but with a real app, basically. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. I have some things I need to take care of. Gotta go get groceries and all that good stuff. Hit up the bank. Not robbing it, just, I mean, they're robbing me, but that's a whole other story. Oh, yeah, that's not true. Have a good weekend, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for bearing with me while I wind things down, you know. Have a nice weekend. Sorry I couldn't tune in more this week. Next week should be a bit more clear. Well, Mike, as always, I appreciate the time you do manage to get in here. I never want to force anyone to watch. It's always great when people really do want to tune in and stuff like that, but you never have to feel bad that you didn't tune in, and that's okay. I appreciate and understand that people are busy, you know? Anyway, I hope things keep going well for you at your new job, Mike, by the way. I didn't get a chance to ask you about it, but I'm assuming it's going okay. Seems like you got a lot of meetings for it, and hopefully you're learning quick, but you have a good weekend too. And C-Films, you have a good weekend. Anyone else tuned in or watching this after on a VOD or something like that, just have a good one, okay? Yeah, cheers, that's right. All right, I'm going to head out. I'll be back on Monday. Bye, everyone.